Hello and welcome to the A Public Final. This is part of our 2021 series, looking at some of the state finals. So today we are going to be focusing on the A Public. So this first play we're going to look at, first couple of plays, involve blocking below the waist by the defender. So we're going to look right here around the edge. This defender right here is going to shed this block and then take on kind of the lead blocker. He's going to take him out right below the waist. So this is a safety foul. So with safety fouls, you have to look at, does it violate the rule, which this one it does, and is it putting the player at some kind of risk, which this is. This is not the blow up below the waist block that we kind of look for sometimes, but it is still a block below the waist. It's still a violation of the rule. It could seriously hurt this player. He could roll his ankle here. He could roll his knee. Yes, those are things that can happen just throughout the normal course of any kind of play in football. But in this particular case, it could happen by the result of a hit or block, however you want to say it, a hit. That violates a rule. So this would be a block below the waist. It's correctly called. This would be a block below the waist. Now, who sees this? Well, let's look at it. You're going to have your outside guy, so that's going to be your what side of the field we're on? The field judge. This is a very easy thing to miss, especially if you have two teams that have been running a lot. They have a receiver who comes in tight. It's easy to, once the ball snapped, once you notice they're not going out for a pass, to just kind of take the play off or just kind of relapse your judgment. It's certainly not insinuating that's what the official did here, by no means. I don't know the official, so I'm not going to say that. But it's just easy to do when you have two running teams. But this is the deep wings key. So he needs to kind of see that. Because when we watch our keys, we're not just watching that key. We're also looking at the who, that key is blocking, who the key's engaged with. That's who we're looking at. So we want to be looking at this defender. And once that's shed, we should be able to see that he takes this player straight on below the waist. Now, there's a lot of players in between him, and maybe he didn't see it. Maybe he was blocked out. And this is one. Maybe the line judge sees it. He could, if he's, if he sees it squarely, he can make that call as well. So we should at least have one pair of eyes concentrating completely on this block, possibly even two pairs of eyes. All right, different play, but much of the same situation. You're going to have a lead blocker. The defender's going to come in off and take them head on. Now, this one would not be on the deep. This one's probably going to be your line judge on this side. So the question is, does he get him below the waist on this? And this is not as clear cut. It's hard to see if there's actual contact here. Looks like he may, or looks like he whiffed. If there is contact, then this needs to be a foul. But it's hard to tell if there's really contact there. But if there is, this needs to be a foul. For the same reasons we stated in the previous play. Like I said, the only thing here, now, I can't tell if there's really contact, if you're just going to whiff them. But if we're seeing it, that's the important thing right now. Are we seeing this? Are we seeing it clearly in a way that we can rule definitively one way or the other? I don't know if this is any better. I mean, it's still hard to tell if he hits them. I don't think this one's going to be any better. Nope. So the next set of plays we're going to look at just kind of involve positioning, being in the right position. Utilizing the correct mechanics to put yourself in the right position, and just being in the right position overall. So this one we're going to have a play on the sideline. Let me see if I can get the wider angle, get a little bit better. So we're just don't think you can see. All right. You can't see the line judge coming in. I think he's going to be just out of your view. But the line judge is about right here already. And we just want to let these runners get a little bit more in front of us. Remember, wider is better. If you can stay a little bit further back, we want to stay a little bit further back. Get a better wider angle of it, kind of see the field more. So, like I said, line judge about right here. So that's too close. I think you kind of see him come into view now. And see, he has the hop over player. If you have the hop over player, you're too close in this instance. Yeah, so you can see the line judge's head now coming into view. This is just too close. Be a little bit further back. Give yourself some space. Again, it helps you see the field better. Helps you see the action around the runner better. And it keeps you out of harm's way. Because you'll see he has to kind of hop over the fender here. If you got to hop over the fender, you're too close in this situation. So just cede a little bit more ground. Stay a wee bit further back. And just let everything develop in front of you. Hold on. So one thing we can see, up here at the top, as you can see, we are inside the 7. So it does a good job going to the goal line at the snap. What I do want to look at, though, is the line judge on this side. So we should already be at the goal line. We should have been at the goal line at the snap. And we have time as the play develops for us to get there. We're snapping about 3. So we get plenty of time to get to the goal line. So when this player crosses, we should already be at the goal line. Toes on the edge of the white there, looking in. That way we're squared up on this. We're already there when he gets there. And we can put our hands up for a touchdown. Again, a little bit too close to the play here, line judge. And this time is going to hurt us a little bit more because we're too close. And one thing you're having to look for, this one would have been hard anyway because this runner would have been in your way. But if we're a little bit further back, we're not trying to avoid this. We have a better angle, and we're not. Let's see where our head is. We have a player threatening the goal line or the sideline, and wings. We have the sideline all the way inside the 2. So we should be looking here, not over here. Let the field judge pick up this action. Because field judges right now, we don't have anything really. We don't have any responsibility on the actual runner until he gets inside the 2. At 10-yard line, I'm not looking at the runner right now. I'm looking at everything around here. So let's move our attention here because he comes mighty close to stepping out. And because we're too close, we're having to contend with players. We're almost being ran into here. And we kind of miss whether or not he steps out of bounds right there at the 4. It's tough. I'd have to look at the GPV angle, see if they have anything about whether or not he was actually out or in. But it's close, and we don't have a good view. We really don't have a good view. Deep does a good job of checking down to see if he's out, but honestly, I don't know if we know. And now, so mechanically, other than that, and if we take out the line judge being too close, mechanically we do this right. Deep, check down, wing nods. I mean, he doesn't have anything anyway to say no. The only thing would be let's go ahead and turn a little bit sooner. So once you get the confirmation, then you just go ahead and turn toward the runner, just in case anything happens. We already have eyes there. The only thing here is you just kind of watch the So we watch the headline judge. I want to go ahead and we want to get to, if we're going to crash to the goal line, we want to get to the goal line quicker so that we're set and ready. I know this play happens too fast. But see, we're a little shuffling our feet. We never really get set to where we can, confidently rule on this and, and make it look good. So there's a little too much shuffling. Let's go ahead, get there, get set. When it crosses, then we can go up. And we don't really don't even have to walk in to signal touchdown. You can stay where you are, signal touchdown. Everyone knows to look to you. So this is going to be great goal line and pylon mechanics by the headline judge here. That snap, he crashes. See, this is what, when we're set, when we're stationary, we look better, we're in a better view, everything we can do. So he's set, he's waiting on it to come to him. He's a good distance away from the pylon. Gives ground, but not off the goal line, just backs up, gives himself some space, keeps looking at everything. Now we can come in, square in. Everything's gravy. So good job there. We'll play it again. Just everything's good on this play. Great job, headline judge, by your mechanics there. This is a good distance by the headline judge. This is kind of distance you want. You're not too close. You got yourself space. You're in the white. You can see down here clearly. No one's in your way. About 10 yards is about perfect. About perfect. Side judge will get there a little bit sooner. Good job, back judge, being there. Only thing I would say here, I know, side judge, we're playing catch up here, but we still need to check down with the headline judge and make sure he was in before we go up and signal for a touchdown. That's the only thing I have on that one. Again, we have a little bit better cushioning by our deeps here. We're just not in a good position to rule on this. So make sure we keep our position. It's easy with the seventh man to kind of get, to kind of feel like you have that safety net, the kind of safety valve. We don't have to be we don't necessarily have to keep our cushion on the goal line, but it's not true. It's always best to have them both. But we get it right because it's not a touchdown. But we would have been much better position had we been on the goal line, maintain that cushioning. Let's not expect the back judge to always bail us out on goal line plays because the back judge can't help us on the sideline. All right, moving on. Great call for a fumble here. This is clearly a fumble, as clearly comes out while he's moving his arm back. And this is 100% on the referee. You can't have any help from this. White hats is all on you. One of the reasons why we always stay quarterbacks throwing arms, so we can clearly see this. And, doesn't get any more clear than that. He has control of the snap. There's two hands. He's controlling it, moving his hand. And it just comes out. I believe red falls on it. So, fumble, turnover. Good job there. So, good job here. Do what you can on reverse mechanics. I mean, of course, he's clearly going to be in the end zone. When you have these reverse mechanics like this, where it's picked off at the line of scrimmage or behind, just do what you can. But we do a pretty good job boxing it in. Except, watch this right here, right, almost right at the goal line. Should have had a late hit foul right there. And that's probably the deep's going to pick that up. Make the argument for the wing, since the wing's not exactly on the goal line. Especially if we have a player who's clearly going in and there's going to be nothing. Obviously, we want someone on the goal line to make sure he hangs on the ball when he crosses. But also, if there's no threat around him, then we want to also be looking back at what's going on back here for stuff like this. You know, I mean, he tries to make it look like he just ran into him, but you can see him, turns his head and looks at him. Even kind of leans in at the last second. So this was intentional. Probably should have fouled on that one. There's no problem. Should have had a foul. Whoops. So I know the line judge has forward backwards and everything. The headline judge, we do want you to mirror. And this was a common theme we saw throughout the playoffs, that on pitches we weren't getting that pitch mechanic. So we need some kind of pitch signal just to indicate that we do have a backward pass. And I think this is the last one, just a quick one. Umpires help us out a little bit. You got to pass over the middle, right above your head. Turn with it. Just turn with it, help us out. Even with that back judge in the middle of the field, we still need that umpire on passes right in the middle like that. Just turning with it and helping out. Alright, that is it for the A Public Final. Remember, like and subscribe if you liked this video. If you didn't like it, the other button works too. Thank you for watching, and we will be back in a week or two with the 2A Final.